ball for Roberto Carlos. Hooked into the penalty area towards Zidane.
Nani.
Rooney! Oh, wonderful! Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Is it evening? It's not even evening, is it? Good afternoon. Savva here, Football Heritage TV. Do you know what? There are certain things that happen in life. I had something personal I had to do this morning, which I really couldn't get out of, so I do apologise. I think it was the first 10 a.m. show I've missed for about 4 weeks or since I've been back from holiday, so I do apologise. But maybe there is a football god. As an atheist, I don't believe in other gods, but if there's a football god, maybe he's shining down on us. Maybe Fabrizio Romano, when he said yesterday, strap yourselves in, it's going to be a busy August. And then he breaks some news 9 minutes before I'm about to go live. 9 minutes before I'm about to go live. Do you know what? That is not me complaining. That is absolutely brilliant. So in recognition of this good news, smash that like button. Let's not be selfish. Smash that. Oh, hang on. What's happening there? Sorry. Smash that like button. We are currently on, where are we? 55 likes. You should all be in a fantastic mood with the news that we're about to share. 55 likes. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We are chasing down 8,500. It's madness. We've had like 300 subscribers in 48 hours. Everyone's probably shouting at me saying, shut up, Savva, shut up. Get to the news, get to the news. We all want to see it. You've all seen it, but I'm going to show you anyway. Here it is. Here is what Fabrizio Romano has just said. Can you all see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Let's see. Is that big enough? So let me see if I can zoom into that for you. 1 second, people. Zoom. There we go. Is that a lot clearer? Exclusive. Tottenham Hotspur are close to an. Let me start that again. I'm so happy if this is true that I can't speak. Exclusive. Tottenham are close to reaching an agreement with Wolfsburg for Mickey van der Ven. Deal advancing to final stages now. There are still details to sort, but talks underway. Agreement could be done soon. Personal terms 100% agreed. I'm going to leave that up there just for a few seconds so we can all breathe it in, so we can all be excited by this news. Guys and girls, is this happening? Is Mickey van der Ven joining Tottenham? I will be so happy if he is. I think this is definitely the type of player that we need. What do you think? Get your comments in. Get any questions in. I'll try and get round to as many as possible to ensure that they're read out. Smash that super chat button. Smash that subscribe button. I'm going to set a target for today. Let's not be tight, people. I'm going to set a target. There's where we are, 8274. Let's get this to 8,325. 51 subscribers throughout the show. Let's go, everybody. Here we go. When are we going to see the here we go from Fabrizio Romano? Is it happening? There are so many comments. I have no idea where to start. Let's start here. Liam, before this announcement, I think at 2:30, put in a super chat. So big up to you, Liam. Thank you very much. And said, what's the situation update on centre-backs? Well, there you go, Liam. The situation is Mickey van der Ven could be done very, very soon. Of course, there's that little bit of me. There's that bit of me which is like, do I dare to believe? But straight away, it just made me feel more optimistic about our season. Straight away. I responded to you, Liam, and said, well, yeah, City are about to sign Vardiel. Forget that. Forget Man City. We're hopefully about to sign Mickey van der Ven. For those of you who haven't seen him, I recommend you go and watch him. He's a good player. He's a very good player. He's got a lot to learn, but I think he'll be brilliant for this high line high press formation. I really do believe that. Liam, we spoke too soon, my man. Romano reckons the VDV deal is close. Absolutely, definitely not with Yerry Mina for me. Listen, there are so many comments. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them because it's 10 past and there's comments going all the way back to 4 and there's so many of them. Let me cherry pick some. Big up, Jack. How you doing, brother? I hope you're well. Really good guy, Jack is. I'm very well, thank you. I'm really, really well. Apologies that I wasn't able to do anything this morning. Do you know what? I've got about 8 glasses here of water and I never know which one was from a previous stream. And this is why she's always telling me off that I should just take the glasses down immediately. I think I just drank some stale water. Everyone saying Mickey van der Ven. Big up to Paul Hancock, who's a channel member. So big up to Savva and the chat as always. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon. Absolutely. Fabrizio Romano is speaking. Thank you, Daniel. Another channel member. Big up to you. Listen, it's not the music I wanted, but it's the music I needed to change to because somebody on YouTube tried to do a copyright claim and blah, 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 blah. So it is what it is. Keep smashing those likes, people. Let's just get it to 250 and stop faffing about, eh? Then I don't go on about it. You don't hear about it. This, of course, was tongue-in-cheek. While I was writing this, I was reading Romano's remarks in the background. Long Head Yeti has said, Sup, Savva? Sup, Savva? You got your WizKid tickets and cardigan. Cardigan B. I don't... Is that meant to be Cardi B? No, I haven't. Phil Barnett is in the chat, said, calm before the storm. Let's go, Mickey. I reckon songs like, hey, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey, need to be going around the stadium. Where are we? Ring Ketik, another channel member. Channel membership is available if anyone would like to be a channel member. As said, there are Josko to Man City done before our Van der Ven deal. Listen, at this stage, I don't care. Man City, they can wrap up Vardial. That's where they're shopping. Let's just get this deal done, shall we? Let's get this deal done. I'll be so happy. Thanks, Jonas. Yeah, it's okay. It's getting changed. At the moment, the 4 goals at the end are being changed. Should be ready by, I'm hoping by the weekend. Intro music giving you Guy Ritchie vibes. Big up to you. Big up to you. Tom is not satisfied with Van der Ven. He wants Tap Sober as well. I agree. Go and get them both. Strasbourg Steve, big up, my man. Hope you are well. Strasbourg Steve, one of the good guys. This boy's football knowledge is just on a different plane. Big up to you. At the moment, there's 415 of you in here. We've only been going live for about 7 or 8 minutes. So smash that like button. If there's 415 of you in here, we should have 415 likes. As my man Rant says, pay your rent. Yeah, City now are 2 freaks. Vardio at the back, Haaland up front. Hey, they're doing bits, doing big bits. Danny Spurs. Oh, a day of Danny absolutely ripping me a new one yesterday. And here he is being nice. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. Listen, a crazy down the world of Tottenham Hotspur. Do you know what? I had a few things I was going to talk to you all about. And then obviously this news broke. But we will get to all the other stuff. Thank you to the 3 people that just subscribed. People, let's at least get to 8,300. Smash that subscribe button, people. Hook a brother up. The news coming from my end is that very soon I will be going full-time as YouTube. So that is the news out of my end. Not quite as exciting as the Mickey van der Ven deal. But then we will have structured content every day. So hopefully then you'll get some consistency from me. Andy Poulton said VDV is on the effing way. Absolutely. Yes, he is. Hang on. Henry Wright sending me a link to redirect. We can redirect to Henry. So bear with me 1 second. Henry Wright is live at 6:30. I wonder what Henry and I are going to talk about on his show at 6:30. Has anyone got any clues at what Henry and I are going to talk about? So let me just quickly do that in the background, please. Excuse me, people. It's the problem of when you go live by yourself. Let me just do this. Customization. Add a redirect. Redirect to him. One day Henry will redirect to me. Does anyone reckon? Anyone reckon? Hang on. What's he doing? He sent me the wrong thing, the donut. So do we all agree? Do we all agree that Van der Ven is going to come? Is anyone still skeptical? Let me know your thoughts. I think we've been burnt before, and I think there will be some skeptical people here. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go with yes this time. I just have a feeling. Yeah, I have a little feeling that we're going to get it done this time. What do you all think? Let me know. There it is. Okay, Henry, if you're watching this, it's all done, my friend. It's all done. I do look after that, Henry, don't I? Where are we? Loads of comments. Didn't we have this news 5 weeks ago? Yeah, this is the thing. Hang on, Dave, the Spurs fan. You was complaining non-stop. Hang on. First of all, the deal's not done. Second of all, we don't just need a centre-back. This is where people get really, really, really silly. This is where Dave, the Spurs fan, people like that are idiots. Look, here he is. He's back. Oh, no. We're going to have our new twat in the chat, aren't we? Oh, no. We're going to have one. Sam said, please let this be true. Van der Ven. Big up to Tom81. Tom81, hope you're well, my friend. He's been in the shows for since I started, I believe, if I'm thinking of the right Tom, and has just become a channel member. Thank you so much. If anyone would like to become a channel member, then you are more than welcome to become a channel member. And I'll put the link in the chat as to where you can make that happen. I've just put it in. But thank you so much, Tom. As I said, from next week, we will be having channel member-only shows where people are able to come on or just watch and have more of an intimate say, so to speak. So I've put the link for the channel membership in there. 24Z, big up 24Z. I love this guy. He's oh, this is what I like. People who come into the chat, they have a laugh, they have a bit of good banter. I said, if we get him and Kessie, I'll be excited. Just him and I won't be. Yeah, there's a long way to go. So, like when you've got that Spurs fan, Dave, listen, we need players. It's a rebuild, right? Or a build, whatever you want to call it. Can't just get one centre back and everyone goes, oh, it's brilliant. We've had a great window. Keep moving forward. Bobby Andrews, big up to you, Bobby. Said, right, Savva, big question. VDV, Phillips, Kessie and Kane stays. Is Savva and the rest of us lot happy? Yep. Because if you get VDV at the back, Phillips in behind them as the third choice, Kessie into midfield with Basuma and Maddison, and Kane's up front, I don't think any of us could be unhappy. The key thing for me, Bobby, is you've got to go again next window. That's the key thing for me. Got to keep going. Right? But look, this is positive news. I've always said when there's positive news, I will say. When there isn't, I will say. Michael doesn't care about other clubs. Want Morecambe beating, and VDV is a step in the right direction. But we need another. Listen, we've got to get him first. Then we've got to get another. I agree with you. Push forward. Keep pushing forward. Ulfric has said, afternoon, Savva. Afternoon to you. After spending the last 30 days studying this whole Kane saga, I've come to a conclusion that Kane will not leave Spurs. Kane will play at Spurs till the end. Well, at the moment, he's a Spurs player, right? Until we get a bid that Daniel Levy will accept, he's a Spurs player. Thank you for the 2 other people that just subscribed. Smash that subscribe button, people. Let's at least get this. We should get this to 8,300. Surely. Come on, we're flying, people. And my original aim was to get to 10K by the end of September. But if we can get there soon, it'll be great. And it'll all be because of you lot. Where are we? So many comments. I don't. Spurs Digest just said, makes you wonder if these deals are being pushed through this week for Kane's benefit. I mean, if it is, hey, it is what it is. Rodney said, hey, Savva, I have an idea. Somehow get an annoying flashing thumbs up top left of the screen that only goes off when you hit the like button. That should do the trick. Yeah, I don't think many people would be happy with that. I really, really don't. Okay. I mean, I don't think we've quite had the here we go. I'm going to read it again just to check. Did we get that? Did we actually get the here we go? No, not quite. Not quite. But it's as good as you're going to get before the here we go. So where are we? There's so many comments. I don't even know where to start. Yeah, listen, Rinketic, I hear you. The problem we've got, mate, is we've had so little to go on that I think everyone just wants to be excited, and I don't blame them. We want to be excited. 24Z, go away. What's wrong with you? There's my Tottenham fan, Dave, is back. I won't read out his comment there. Aaron Lawrence, big up, my man. Big up. I said, big up, Savva. Some good news about Van der Ven. Still taking it with a pinch of salt till I get a here we go. Absolutely. Dave Ginola said Newcastle sing that song for Almiron. Oh, do they? Okay, I didn't know that. Dave Ginola, it just makes me think of this legend, and I bet you're not. I bet you're not him. Can you imagine, Ginola? Dan Cody, big up to you, Dan. Has said afternoon, Yids and Mickey Van der Ven close. Spurs open talks to sign Gift Orban and Frank Kessie. This could be the sign that Levy has agreed to sell Kane. Well. First of all, I don't really know anything about that we've opened talks with Orban and Kessie. But if we have, let's assume we have for the sake of this game. And for those that have never seen me before, I'm sure you've all seen me streaming before. It's always a hypothetical game, right? Because we're not privy to what's happening. So there will be people that go, hang on, if you get Kessie, you get Van der Ven, and you get Gift Orban, does that mean Kane's leaving? Knowing Daniel Levy, that is what I would take it to mean. If you spend £30 million on Orban, 30 million pounds on Van der Ven, 30 million, 35 million on Kessie, and I don't know how much Orban will be, let's say another 35 million. If that 110 million is spent, I just feel like you've got your 110 million for Kane. But hey, let's hope it's not. If Kane stays, if Orban comes in, if Kessie goes into midfield, Van der Ven to the back, I'm now excited about the season again. And I will turn around and say, fair play, Levy. You've done what you were meant to do. You've done what you were meant to do. Credit where it's due, but we're a long way from that at the moment. We are a long way. Dorano, Graham, said, keep skeptical. Levy always nudge us. Yeah, we're Spurs fans. We're always going to be skeptical, my friend. Keep smashing the like button, people. We are only 18 subscribers away from the 8,300, which is absolutely crazy numbers. And by the way, let me ask everyone in here, and it's probably a dangerous question. Does everyone think I should go full-time? Like, is it worth me going full-time? Are people going to want to watch my content? People going to get bored of me? Hey, let me know. Yeah, every show, Rich, we get one. We get a twat in the chat, and you've got to call them out. I always call them out. And Cyprus has said, been burnt too many times, mate, until the shirt's in hand and he's smiling back at me in a camera. I won't get excited. Well done of going full time. I mean, not yet, just thinking about it. But listen, I hear you. We've all been burnt. But you know what? It's because we've all been burnt that we all need this excitement. It's because we've all been burnt. I agree. Listen, as I said, a long way to go. Baby steps. What I can't do is say, I want a centre half, then we get one in, I complain. Get Mickey Van der Ven in, then look at your DM or another midfielder. Then what are we doing? How are we building around that? Big up Jacob out there in the United States of America. What's going on with Trump? I saw that he got indicted again. He said Romero goated. Now with VDV, he'll be unstoppable. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, almost a here we go, Wilson. Almost a here we go. Thank you to the 2 people that just subscribed. 16 away. Come on, let's do it. There's 546 of you in here. All you've got to do is press subscribe. Yeah, you all can do it. Everyone knows where to find it. And I'll put the link in the chat in case anyone doesn't know how to do this. And then there'll be no excuses. just smash the subscribe button. All is good in the world. There we go. Mud FC has said, we all know by now that until he's holding up the shirt, it ain't done. I agree. Mud FC is another one that comes in and gives me a lot of stick every day, but big up to you, Mud. Hope you are well today. Sue has said personal terms were agreed weeks ago. All right, Sue, I want to see some smiling from you. Come on, Sue. I want to see some smiling from you. We have to take these days when we get them. The word in Italy is Kessie wants to move to Spurs. I guess that it probably matters more what's happening in London and Spain, doesn't it? More than Italy. But okay, let's see. 24Z's come back and said, big up Savva. Try my best. Not the most positive, my bad, but I try to have a laugh. 100% we need more. Absolutely, mate. Listen, you always keep it light. You're a good guy. I wish more people did. Phil said, can we do a Nottingham Forest in August? What, sign like 40 players? You want Aurier back? Is that what you're saying? Phil Coyes wants Serge Aurier back at right back. I'd probably take it. I know that's bad, isn't it? Lee Enigma 27, channel member, has said, why do people keep talking about Tosin coming in? Do people not read the news? He's agreed personal terms with Monaco. I guess the problem is, Lee, is we're so desperate for centre halves, and he's one of the only ones that's been linked with us, mate. Shafaya said, evening, Savva. Hope you're well, Spurs aside. All good, my end, mate. All good, my end. Danny said we'll be better without Kane. Obviously, that kind of debate has been rumbling on now for a few weeks as to does he fit the system? Is it worth keeping him? But what will be will be. We don't control that. We'll see in the end. Donovan Davis, big up Donovan, always a big supporter of the channel, has said not getting my hopes up, but we'll see. Need one more starter level centre back and maybe Phillips. Still not satisfied. Do you know what? If you bring Van der Ven in, play him alongside Romero, bring in Phillips, get in Kessie and another forward, it's a good window. Then maybe we go again the next window. That's why the thing for me, Donovan, I've always said about when I'm judging footballers, when I'm judging transfer windows, for me, it's always about consistency. Can't have one good year, one bad year. And whether that's a player, whether that's a club, whether that's transfer windows, you can't. And then big up Daniel, massive super chat. Thank you so much for all your support. I said, great to hear you're making this full-time soon, Savva. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much for all your support, Daniel. You really are a friend of the channel. So thank you for that. Lynn Simpson, who's also a channel member, said, is Kane staying? $1 million question. I mean, I don't know if any of you saw the video I put out earlier. I'm saying I don't know if anyone saw it. I mean, so far it's had 3,000 views in 2 hours. So many of you will have seen it. But it's madness depending on which report you read. Some of the reports are saying that he's going to sign a new contract. Other reports saying that he's going to pay himself off, basically not take as much wages. Other reports saying that he will only leave if it's done before Brentford. I don't know what to believe anymore with this football club. I truly, truly don't. Positive news. Well, it is positive, right? It is positive. I'm just going to try and catch up with the chat. We're talking about it right now, Edward Kim. We're talking about it. Everyone's having their say. I'm just trying to get through as many comments as possible. Listen, I mean, would I be satisfied with just those two? I think it gives us options. I think it gives us options, which is what we needed, right? Oh, 1 second. Who's that? I think that it gives us options. You can start with Romero and Van der Ven at the back. You could start with Romero and Tosin and put Van der Ven to the left. I think it gives you options. So for me, I would be happier with this. I think at least then you could say we've brought in 2 centre-halves and Ashley Phillips as a young player. 3 centre-halves in one window is unheard of at this club. Look, I've always said it. If the owners go and do what they're meant to do, I can't complain. Yeah? But I want them to do it again and again and again. I want them to keep pushing. Phil Coy's come back in and said maybe these clubs need to find replacement for the players we're heavily linked with. Yeah, I don't ever buy that argument because no other club seems to have that problem, my man. But Hey, it is what it is. Geordie Tune for Life said, just showing you some support. Big up, my man. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Just seeing if there's any other news on that. I mean, it's going to be circling like mad. All the Spurs YouTubers are going to love that information this afternoon. We're just trying to eclipse Man City, who are about to buy Vardy out for £77 million. Told you the other day when I was talking about Man City, if someone says we want 100 million, Man City don't budge unless they really need the player. Daniel has said, big up Savva and your legendary Pug and Frenchie who sometimes appear in the background. I think the best thing about you lot signing VDV is that, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Hey, Mickey chant is ready. Absolutely. Do you know what? You can always tell when my wife is working from home like she is today because the dogs are nowhere to be seen. They come to me when they want to fight. They go to her when they want to cuddle. It is what it is. Spurs Direct said, Savva, love seeing you in a positive mood. Hope it continues. Hope Enoch don't find a way to mess it up. Dude, I've always said, I get called negative. I call it as I see it. I'm a straight shooter. Is there anything to be massively positive about today? Yes. Lots of news to be positive about. When it's positive, I'll say it. Thank you so much. 2 more people have subscribed. 15 of you to forget this guy coming in. We'll introduce him in a minute. 15 of you to get me to 8,300. That'll be 300 subs in 72 hours. So, guys, smash that button. Subscribe to this man who's on about 300,000 subscribers now or something like that. Old Shawnee over there. Big up, mate. How you doing?
Good. I've got a bit of spaghetti bolognese around my face. Excuse me.
Love it. Was it nice?
Yeah. Lovely, mate. Lovely. Good news, though, Sav. Good news, mate.
I know.
Although, I've got to be honest, I did look through Fabrizio Romano's tweets history in the advanced search on Twitter.
Right.
I typed in Van der Ven, and he basically has just replicated like the same tweet as he put out about 6 weeks ago. So
yeah, I hear you. I think for me, the one thing that's made me more positive about seeing it this time, mate, is that it's been very quiet on the Van der Ven front for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And he said talks are ongoing and stuff. It's a deal is very close that made me go, oh, hang on. It is good news.
That left back deal, Rogerio or whatever it is, I reckon that's maybe allowed. I know he's not a direct swap necessarily, but maybe that reinforcement there, bringing him in, or the other guy that they're looking at, maybe that's just allowed a bit of movement, allowed Wolfsburg to have a bit more movement. It looks good, though. Looks like we're finally making some stuff happen. Plus, we're expecting a Tosin bid in a couple of days.
Well, this is the interesting thing. A lot of people tell me go full time. I'm thinking about it, people. I'm thinking about it. This was a question just now, Sean. Not about full time. Sorry, by the way, I just left that up there. This was a question just now. Like, would I be happy with Van der Ven and Tosin? Would we be happy with that? And then off the back of that, somebody else came in and said, "Hang on, if we get Van der Ven." If we get Kessie and then we get Orban, is that the, hey, Kane's going over on this hand, but don't look over here. It's like a magician. Don't look what I'm doing over here. Look what I'm doing over here. Is it that type of thing?
It's absolutely fine, mate. If you sell Harry Kane and you bring in Tosin, Van der Ven, Kessie, none of them are my first choice players in any of those positions, but I'm still okay with it. Van der Ven, Tosin, Kessie, and Orban. And we sell Harry Kane, and then everybody else has moved on, torn up contracts. I'm fine with the window. I'd give that a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 window. Like overall, if you get those 2 centre backs in, I'd rather it be Tapsoba, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm okay with Tosin. I think he's a really good player. I'm very excited about Van der Ven. I think Orban is gift. I don't know how you say it's Orban or Orban. I looked into him in detail as best I could see it. Reminds me a little bit of, as a player, as Steven Bergwijn. He drives with the ball. He's quite stocky and bulky. Got a really cool right foot on him. A lot of the goals he scored away, a lot of the goals he scored when he was in the Norwegian league was like that XG story that he had, where he's got like his XG was 10, but his goals were 20. I think a lot of that was because of really poor goalkeeping in the Norwegian league. But in any event, a really interesting looking player. And Frank Kessie, I think would be a beast. I don't think he's not my first choice either, but I'd be okay with him. So,
I mean, let's look at that midfield for a minute. We'll come back to Van de Ven because that's gonna dominate, right? That news coming out 9 minutes before I went live, Sean, was a bit of a YouTuber's dream. That, do you know what I mean? It was like, superb. I owe Romano some money for posting that, but you know what I mean. It made the show better.
I'm surprised I thought you had the thumbnail ready to go. I've got my own version of the thumbnail ready to go. So as soon as it goes, I haven't got to worry mucking around on Canva to get it ready. Just upload immediately. It's already. I would have thought you would have updated your thumbnail to have got it done.
I didn't, mate. I didn't have a chance. It literally, I was about to go live, put my music on. And it was like I saw everyone in the chat going Romano. So I've got like Gary Jacobs, David Ornstein, Romano, all of their Pletting, whatever his name is, all at the top. And every day I click on it. And anyway, I agree with you. Kessie's not my first choice, but I'm gonna throw this out to you, Sean. Imagine you've got a midfield two of Kessie and Basuma with Maddison pulling the strings in front. I think that is a powerful midfield two with both are great with their engines, box to box. Both will get back and tackle. Basuma and Kessie like to drive forward with the ball as well. And Kessie scored a few goals in his career. I think that could be it might not be the number 6 we want. I think that could be a really good free in midfield. Yeah.
And Bentancur's speeding up his recovery. His knee's ready earlier than we thought. So I hope he comes back with half, as good of a player as he was before he left. If he does, we were having that conversation. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night on my channel about what teams do any of our centre backs get into? I think you could have when you start to look at that midfield with the depth around it as well. You go, okay, you've got Sarr, Bissouma, Kessie, Lo Celso, Maddison, Bentancur, and Skip.
Yeah.
As a 7-man midfield for 3 spaces, the gap it's a very tight. There's not a massive drop when there's injuries there. There's a lot of good variety, a lot of good versatility, and I think that could be competing with that is a top 5, top 6.
I agree.
Midfield, yeah.
I agree. If you've got Lo Celso and Maddison as your attacking guys, you've then got the two box to box players for me, three more type box to box players: Kessie, Basuma, and Bentancur. Then you've got Skip and Sarr as probably your 2 closest to number 6s that you've got. Yeah, but I don't think that you'd be able. I think the caveat to that, Sean, is I don't think you'd be able to keep all of them with 1 game a week. I think you'd let
one of them go out on loan, probably Skippy, see if you can get him to develop. Keep Sarr.
Yeah, and in that we've not mentioned Tungai.
He's going, mate. He's not going to be around. I don't think. I think we'll tear up his contract, or not tear it up. I think we'll take whatever bid we can get, like something like 8 million, 10 million quid or something. We'll take from Turkey if Turkey can find the way to pay his wages. I think it's just it's a shame because I think a lot of people were looking. I wasn't, but a lot of people were looking forward to seeing him, whether he could do it in an Ange system. But his injury, is setting back, and Lo Celso stepping up. I think if you have to make a decision out of one of those 2 to cut, you have to cut Ndombele.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting, isn't it? I'm just going to bring up the Spurs Express page because there's quite a few things on there, and I don't want to worry anyone, but there's quite a few things on this, Sean, which are interesting. So I'm going to show this screen. Let's see if I can zoom into that so people can probably see a bit clearer, right? Can everyone see that a bit clearer? Right. Yeah. I'm going to start at the top, right? So it's funny because the first thing is obviously the breaking news from Van de Ven. I'm not blaming the Spurs Express for any of this, by the way. They're just reporting. So the first one is brilliant, right? 38 minutes ago. Fabrizio Romano, personal terms agreed. It's advanced stages, right? Forget this one about Brian Hill. The one below that then says this was only 52 minutes ago. Right? This is, Romano has said 38 minutes ago that a deal is close. And Eccleshare has said a deal for that or Van der Vaart.
And Eccleshare is one of the ITKs that Tottenham fans do lean into. He's part of the Athletic, right? Which one is it? Which one do we go for?
We'll come to that in a minute. There's loads of stuff today. You've then got Tottenham also said the club will be trialling a drummer in the upcoming season, and in an help to create atmosphere. I don't really care about that at the moment. Something about a long-term a town hall meeting.
Everyone's unhappy, apparently.
Yeah. There was one that I wanted to. A former Spurs employee has privately said Levy doesn't want to walk away until he sees something that resembles success. But there was one that I wanted to show you, not the Kane one. It's this. There you go. That Tottenham are set to cut their losses on midfielder Tungay Ndombele for 11 million with Turkish club Galatasaray looking at him. Now, lots there. Let's start with Ndombele because there's a lot of information there.
It's from the Mirror, though. That guy, Darren, whatever his name is, he's not. Yeah,
I know. I think. Listen, let's give it some credence for the purpose of this conversation. We know that they wanted him. I think earlier in the window, 11 million. Can Levy go from what did we pay 55?
Yeah.
To 11. I tried to rationalize this in my head on my video earlier. You might tell me I'm completely way off here. In my basic brain, I said, okay, it's 11 million, but you're saving 20 million over 2 years on salary. Plus you're getting 11 million. So I was like, at least that's a 30 million swing as opposed to keeping him for 2 years and getting nothing back. Yeah. Now, I'm aware that money, obviously the salary then goes on to other players, but what do you make of all that?
Yeah, if what happens is what you just said, then it goes from being a £100 million mistake to a £70 million mistake, right? Because you paid.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that's how much you're going to have spent on a guy that's played about 40 games or whatever, and
right.
You know, so but either way, yeah, it's a disaster. It goes down as one of the biggest shambles of Tottenham's transfer history.
Yeah,
it won't be the last. Well, it won't be the biggest in a couple of years' time. There'll be someone else that takes the mantle for that. But yeah, look, mate, I personally don't. You know, I think it's a shame that the guy's got all this talent, but none of the drive. I think you said everything that needs to be said about him. I personally want him to go, rebuild his career, free up the money, free up the salary. You know, all that stuff helps. Not that we're anything like pushing on the FFP side of things, but all that stuff does help. And you know, like the idea of keeping him, what realistic chance is there of him suddenly becoming a legend, like suddenly kicking on and becoming the player we thought he could become? Very small, right?
Yeah, and I can't see in that midfield three where he fits in. If I'm brutally honest, I
can't saying in the
see. Yeah, that can't happen. That cannot be happening at all in any way, shape, or form. Just before we move on to the next story, there, just quickly, Donna Cullen is in the chat. Big up, Donna, with one of her many different currencies in which she likes to pay out super chats. So big up to you. I think is that the yen?
Yeah.
Is that the yen? Big up to you, Donna. Hope you're doing well in China at the moment. Mr. Savva, you came in my dream last night. If I think about what I've literally just said, that sounds really bad.
Demonetized, limited ads. Go.
Yeah. I was in your dream, was I? Let's go with that. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know what the story is there. Soundboy has said, question, over the years, we've had some terrible players, but looking back, what terrible player wasn't actually that bad? Big up from Hollywood, California. Well, big up from a very rainy South London. That's a good question, Sean.
We've had some terrible players, but who wasn't as bad as we thought?
I'm gonna go in with this and caveat and say I think sometimes we had some very good players that just weren't right for the system, that weren't used correctly.
Steven Bergwijn, great example. I think he's a very, very good player. Just didn't work for us.
I guess we'll never know with that one. For me, I thought one of the big shames for me was Roberto Soldado, who was an out-and-out goal scorer. He was a man that played his whole career in a 2. Right, he was 4-4-2. He always played with a big man at Valencia who knocked it on and he scored goals. Came to Spurs and we asked him to start running channels and holding up the ball, and it just wasn't his game. Who else did a good job?
Rebrov,
another one. So much talent.
Who was the manager? Was it Jerry Francis when we got Sergei Rebrov?
No, I think Sergei Rebrov was Glenn Hoddle, if I
Was
remember
he?
rightly.
Okay, a bit later on.
I think it was Glenn. I would say somebody who came in, maybe Nabet. I thought Nuruddin Nabet when he came in was better than a lot of people gave him credit for. I think Steve Malbranc, solid player, came in, did his job. Never a 9 out of 10, never a 5 out of 10, just somewhere in the middle of that number. I mean, you tell us in the chat. You tell us, people in the chat, who you putting into that bracket, people. And
Lewis Holtby. Remember him?
Lewis Holtby. Yeah.
Wow.
Rich has said, go full time. Always listen when I'm working from home. Thank you, Rich. And what a wonderful name you've got as well. I really appreciate that. The worrying thing from that would have been, Sean, that you've got Eccleshare, right? Let's break this down. And before I do, guys and girls, smash that like button. We just had good news-ish. Smash that like button and subscribe. We're 13 away from 8,300. Subscribe to Sean as well. His link, I'll grab his link in a second and put it in the chat. You all know where to find him. Let's do that right now. 10 of you. Boom. Smash that subscribe. Sean, Eccleshare saying no deal close. Literally 14 minutes. 14 minutes after
I think that Spurs Web's tweet. I think actually Eccleshare came out a couple of hours earlier, didn't he? I think Spurs Web have just retweet. Spurs Web's tweet about Eccleshare was probably 14 minutes before.
Right. But how can we have two such?
I know, nothing's changing in 2 hours, is it? Let's be honest.
So, is this another red herring? Are we all getting excited for nothing?
Probably, mate. I think that Daniel Levy's probably had a word with someone. I don't know, with Donna Cullen in the PR room and say, listen, get something out to Romano. This Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust thing is a little bit on the too hot right now. Can you just get some good news out, please? Take the heat off us.
Yeah. Yeah, just quickly, this chat here. I mean, look, the midfield we talked about, it might not be as good as those teams, but we're not there yet.
It's closing the gap.
Yeah. Let's build and close that gap. Apparently this was a good game. I didn't see it. Liverpool 3, Bayern 4. I didn't see it. I mean, so what did you make into all these reports today, Sean, about Harry Kane? So lots of people coming out saying, I believe the term was that he can pay himself off. I think that was the term that was being bandied about, that he's looking at paying himself off.
20 million, or take a 20 million hit on his salary in order to...
How does that work? Can you break that down if you've got an understanding of it? Can you break that down how that works?
I've never heard of it before, but I'm guessing he just sacrifice his salary in the contract the first year of his, I don't know how much he would earn, probably around 20 million a year or something. So he would just say, don't pay me for the first year, and then put that money towards the deal to get the deal done. If there's truth to what there's no quotes to substantiate it. It's just coming from the media. But let's presume it's true. I guess it would just be a case of, whatever you're going to pay me over the 5-year contract, if it's £100 million in salary, just make it 80 million, and then take that 20 million and give it to Tottenham instead.
Yeah.
Set me free.
And then give me a massive bonus to offset all of this at the end of the year, so that I've got my 20 million in salary back, right?
Something like that. But I just don't believe, you've got no idea whether you're coming or going. Like yesterday, it was if he plays against Brentford, he's staying for the season. He's willing to sign a new contract if there's progress. And today it's I'll do anything to get out of this club, including sacrificing 20 bar. Those two stories could not be further apart. One of them, they both can't be true. Only one of them can be. So, I don't know. Madness, mate. Madness.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, there's been 3 different reports in the last 24 hours. People saying that he's going to sign a new contract and he wants to see what Ange does for the first few months of the season. I mean, we talked about this before, but that's a real dangerous game from Spurs' point of view, isn't it? I know it's not, they can't force him out, but it's a real dangerous game if we want to wait until, August, September, October time, to 3 months before he can walk on a free or sign with someone on a free to start shoring up that contract. I'm not sure.
I don't want to do it, mate. This whole nonsense narrative of if it's true that he said, I'm willing to sign, but I'm not signing during this window. That's not helpful in any way, shape or form. It's dangling the carrot, and it's making Daniel Levy or decision makers be influenced by things that could turn out to be absolute nonsense. It doesn't help. Like, he should come out and say, if he wants to sign a contract, say, if I am going to sign, I'll sign this summer. I'll sign before the window shuts. And if I don't, then you let me go if the price is right. Like, at least have the respect to do it that way rather than dangling this idea that you might do it, but you won't make your mind up until September the 1st. Like, what difference does it make? If you're going to sign a new contract, why would you force the issue to wait until after the window's closed? It just seems like it's a Charlie Kane tactic to lean into the pressure. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to talk about the whole, if it doesn't happen before the Brentford game, then I'll stay. I don't quite understand that, because if hypothetical, if he is interested in buying, which it looks like he must be, right? For all of these talks to be going on, there must be some way in which he said to Bayern, yeah, reach an agreement with Spurs and I'll come. All of a sudden, are you going to turn around and go, oh, right, it's not been done by this day, I'm off? When you'll have, 2.5 weeks of the transfer window to go, when deals are notoriously done in the last 2.5 weeks of the window. Can you imagine in any way where they've said that? Can you imagine that Kane would jeopardize a move that he wants for the sake of 2 weeks?
No, so that's what I mean. It doesn't make any sense apart from just weird agent behavior by someone who doesn't know what they're doing and who's being led astray, I think, by poor advice or influence from Germany. I think the whole thing, mate, is weird. I've got no idea what's going to happen. I'm sick and tired of the whole thing. Like I said 1,000 times, if anything, I want Harry Kane to go, because I don't even think that he fits the system anyway. So I know he fits every system. He's Harry Kane, but you understand. I've said it before. I just think if you're going to lose him to any system, this is the right system to lose him to. So
yeah, you know what? I think that's a really good sentence as well. I think there's a difference between saying he can't play a system to, hang on, if we're going to lose him, this is the system you want to lose him to. I think that's, a lot of people don't hear that whole sentence. They just hear, you can lose Kane in this system, get him out. I feel like it's gone full circle. I say full circle, that's completely wrong. I feel like it's gone 180 in the last 6-7 weeks, mate. I feel even a lot of people that are the first couldn't stomach the idea of Harry Kane not being at this football club. All of a sudden now, it feels like they're very much going, oh, we just want this done now. We just like, if he goes, he goes. We just want this done.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel, mate. Like, I think everyone feels that way. I think you were just saying that. Like, I think just need closure. Like, this hanging around, it's not helpful for anybody. Would you? It's just to change the tack in a world where he was to stay.
Yeah.
Is there any part of your mind where you could see him playing in a different role other than the 9? Like, could you see him being used as, if an injury happened to James Maddison, for example, could you see him playing in that role?
Yeah. I mean, why not? In a team where you're going to have more of the ball, you're going to have more possession, you're going to play higher up the pitch. That wouldn't involve him actually dropping too deep. It would just involve him dropping back 10 yards, as opposed to dropping back to the half. Like the last few years, we've seen him dropping back to our half to pick the ball up and start play. We wouldn't be doing that. You'd have Basuma and Bentancur, Basuma and Skip, whoever, Basuma and Saad, they're pushing up. And he could do that. Could you foresee a system where you've got him and Maddison floating around and Sonny's through the middle and you've got runners beyond and the fullbacks are used more as the wingers than the wing? I don't know. There's options, right? I think that's what Maddison gives you. I think Maddison and obviously Postecoglou's system, they give you more options than what we've had. Would that be fair?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that Decky doesn't really fit the right. I think that I will find out what happens with him. But with Harry Kane, I do think that if something bad was to happen, if he was to stay and something bad was to happen, I think obviously you'd naturally play him in the 9 and ask him to just play the role. I don't know how often he'll like to be the sacrificial lamb, but I think it would still work. He'd still score 20 goals or whatever. But I think in a world where James Maddison dropped form, got injured, he always does pick up an injury for a month or two during the season most of the time. So there would be a space for him in that role. But could you see Harry Kane playing off the left or the right? I don't know.
No, I'm not so sure. I mean, one of the things they were talking about yesterday on Sky when I was watching a really good debate about Harry Kane and the way Postecoglou plays is that Postecoglou always plays with a number 9 who can run in behind. whose game is running in behind, using that pace, running the channels as well. And they said it's the one thing Kane doesn't do. He's not a running behind guy, is he? He's not a typical run the channel guy. He's the guy that you will find more than off. I reckon if you did a heat map, you're going to find this guy more often than not in that kind of 30-yard box outside the penalty area where he's collecting the ball.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, but I think it gives you options because God forbid Kane stays, does his ACL. You're going to have another way of playing. You're going to have other options. I think Sonny will benefit from Kane going. There you go. I'm going to call that. I think Sonny benefits from Kane going. And that's crazy because I know that's crazy to say because for the last however many years, all their assists have come from each other. But I think Son running in behind with Maddison probing, the fullbacks getting down the line, Basuma probing, maybe a Kessie probing. I think that gives him... I think that is better for his game rather than right now playing out on the left.
Yeah. I've from what I've seen in the preseason, I think Sonny doesn't suit. I think Perisic suits that role better. And with Brian Hill going down injured for a couple of months with surgery, I think that I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but that injury, I think it absolutely probably means that Perisic stays in the team now and play. I think he's better off the left from what I've seen in this system than Sonny, and I think Solomon could do both or the left or the right. I worry a little bit. I think the system looks really cool, but I don't think necessarily our best players in the team on paper fit the style of the way that he wants the forwards to kind of operate. The 9, Harry Kane doesn't really fit the 9. Sonny doesn't really fit the 7, and Decky doesn't really fit the 11. And it kind of makes you.
You're right. It will be very interesting. I mean, could you see a world in which Lo Celso and Maddison, and one of them's tasked with just floating out wide and then cutting in, and do you know what I mean? If you watch a Pep Guardiola team, for example, you watch these managers. They don't have their players don't hug the touchline. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, you're a left winger. Go on, you go and stand on the left, and you do not move from that line. So it could be that you see Lo Celso and Maddison maybe interlinking. I wouldn't be against that.
No, I
wouldn't be against it. I think we've been so rigid for so many years that everyone knows what's happening. And I think a little bit of that is
unpredictability.
The downfall of look, Conte, I don't like Conte, but I'm going to stick up for him a bit here. I think a lot of people last year suddenly put this blame on him about Kulu not playing well and Son not playing well, even though they both were praised the year before and played for him. So, which is kind of backwards. I just feel like they might have been found out a little bit. I truly believe that under Jose, I thought Son was brilliant because he was playing centrally. He was playing through the middle. Kane was just threading balls through. Yeah. I think that our fans think that Son on the left is the Son on the left from 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't think he's that guy anymore. I don't think he's got that in his locker.
I also just don't. I think if we actually do operate in a high possession system with our centre backs closer to the centre line than the 18-yard box, then the natural consequences of that are going to be the opposition is going to be parked back a little bit, especially when you're playing against bottom half teams. I don't think there's going to be the space for Sonny to run into the gap, he's always going to have a defender that's his side of the goal. And so whether or not, and Sonny's first instinct, as soon as he gets the ball, his first instinct is to turn and then try to run. And
I mean, I'm not reading it out, but it did make me laugh. I don't know. I worry about Sonny's position on that left. I just don't. I still think he's going to command the place because he's Sonny, and that to me, like I say, I think as much as it sounds weird, I think a lot of things become a lot simpler for Tottenham if Harry Kane isn't in the squad. Like you can make easier decisions around replacing other players. Like, I think there's a lot to be said for this, Sean. There's so much to be said for it. Look, clubs lose their top player all the time, and you can't just replace a top player. Most of the time, there aren't top players to replace. I.e., if right now Erling Haaland went to Real Madrid, it's not happening, right? But let's say they lost Erling Haaland right now. Who's the natural replacement in world football for Erling Haaland?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm saying right now,
at Manchester City, they'll
at
just
Man
bring
City,
Alvarez in.
no,
Alvarez
yeah,
is coming
I
in.
know, but my point is, like, if you were going out into the market, there is not another Erling Haaland.
Right, yeah, sorry,
Right?
so you mean, yeah, there's no one.
So if they lose Erling Haaland, it is okay. We've got to play a different way now, right?
Yeah.
We don't play that way. I think Spurs for so many years have been not. I'm not blaming Kane for this. Thank God for Kane, but have been Kane. Everything's been Harry Kane, and I get it. I get why a lot of fans are probably very hesitant to think of a world or a life without him, but it happens. People move on, people evolve, and I think this team will evolve under this manager. I do believe that.
Yeah.
My questions have always been at the back, but going forward, I mean, I'm going to throw something at you in 30 seconds. Keep smashing the likes, people. We are 10 away from 8,300. So smash the subscribe button. 10 away from 8,300. We have got 784 people in the chat, 371 likes. So smash those likes quickly. Just think of it like paying rent. You don't get charged for watching this free content. To be assured of your chat being read out, put it in a super chat. If not, I'll try and get round to as many comments as possible. And subscribe to Sean at the Spurs Talk Show, who has just gone past the 13K mark. Is that right?
Yeah, but I'm on 13-1 something. So
Nice.
trying to get to 13-2. Yeah.
Nice. Flying. Absolutely flying.
You are, mate. You're killing it at the moment. Absolutely flying.
Not like you and Henry, but yeah.
But listen, I had a good June. I think July's been a monster for you, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's been pretty good. Yeah, I can't lie. I can't really lie. Where are we? There we go. Right. Okay. Sorry, someone. So I'm going to put this to you. From what we've seen of Solomon and from what we've seen of the system that we play, would you try and find a way to incorporate him, whether it's down the right or the left?
Yeah. At the moment, I don't really care on what side he is. I think that, yeah, like both Decky and Sonny, I take the point that it's just friendlies, fitness, rather than other things. But just you can only go on what you've seen. And from what I've seen, based on the 2 preseason friendlies, which are kind of irrelevant, but based on that, I think that Solomon has been the most impressive winger that we have seen. Sonny hasn't impressed me. Decky hasn't impressed me. Solomon very much has. Haven't really seen Pedro Porro played up on the right yet. The only thing I worry about with Solomon, and I've said it 1,000 times, I don't want to get boring, but I do think that there is an issue with the height of the team. If you're playing players like Solomon and Porro and Ollie Skip and Lo Celso and James Maddison. I'm not sure about Lo Celso, but I mean James Maddison is 5'9", Solomon's 5'7.5", Porro's 5'7.5". You know, if you're defending corners against some of these lower league teams, like what are Luton have got a big unit. Burnley have got a really big team. Bournemouth have got a really big team. Certainly Newcastle, Brighton, Brentford, they've all got big teams. I just worry about the obvious tactic of just launching throw-ins, launching corners and free kicks deep into the box. And when you've got 4 or 5 players on your pitch that I said it before, that would struggle to get onto some roller coasters, I think it leads to lots of concerns. And we're terrible in the air naturally last year anyway. And last year we had, I think, one of the bigger teams on average height. So I don't want to be heightist, but I just think it is a concern playing too many small players in the same team at the same time. So if you're going to play Solomon, I don't think you can really afford to play someone like Porro as well and someone like Maddison. I think you have to make a little bit of adjustments. Obviously, signing people like Van der Ven or Tapsoba or this Ashley Phillips, who look like that's looking like it's going to be sorted out as well. And Tosin, all those guys are 6'3", so 6'3", 6'4", so that kind of helps out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Jim, just to go, love Spurs. Big up to you, my friend, channel member as well. No, we're not talking Kane is good as gone. I think when Sean and I, a lot of the talk is hypothetical, right? It has to be. All football conversation about players that don't play for your club or that might be going, it's all hypothetical, right? And we're just looking at other ways of playing. I'll be honest. As a fan of Spurs for however many years, I've never known a run where we've had 2 players up front for this long consistently together, Sean. Right? And for me, I like the variety of spice in life. I'm not adverse to that being broken up. I'm not adverse to seeing new things now. And I think we're the only club that's probably seen the same strike partnership for this long. So I'm not scared of it ending. I think would be a fair way to say. So
no, I'm okay with it too. Like I say, I think that there's bigger fish to fry at the moment. Worry about getting these Van de Ven deal done. Hopefully that can be done. Then we need another one, and then I'm comfortable. Then, like worst case scenario, at least you've got your 2 centre backs in. Even if there's no more, I think we can handle it. Going getting the 6 would make me more confident. And then if you sell Kane, get someone else in, get a gift Orban, get whoever you want to replace him with, and then I think that Tottenham can cook. But I do stand by the crazy scenario thought process that I do think that actually having Harry Kane in this squad makes it very difficult to make smart decisions around lots of the players. Because if you have Harry Kane, you've got to play Harry Kane. So then where do you play Harry Kane? Well, he doesn't fit the 9. If you have Sonny and Kane, you're going to play Sonny, but does he fit on the left? I just think that if Harry Kane's not there, you can move Sonny into the 9. You could put Richarlison out left. You could put Richarlison 9, Sonny out left. Things look different. There's less difficult decisions around square pegs in round holes in that forward line. So I'm actually okay with Harry Kane not playing another game of football for Tottenham Hotspur.
As I said, I've resigned myself many times. By the way, that's not me sitting here saying if he stays, I'll be disappointed. If he stays, I'll be intrigued more than anything as to what does Postecoglou do? Because as we've said many a times, we've alluded to, I just don't think that the 3 we've seen in a counter-attacking formation, I don't think that has the same dynamic and worth and output as if we play a more high-pressing formation. Let's move away from that for 1 minute. Just quickly got some super chats. I don't want to talk about our back 4. Listen, Sean, you need to go, right? You need to jump.
Is that all right? Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, of course.
All right, buddy.
Of course.
Shout out to the chat. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys on the various streams later. I'll see you on Henry's in an hour or so.
Absolutely, mate. No worries. Thanks for jumping in. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Super chats. Got Donna Cullen, who's got 3 of them. I said, Mr. Savva, if you go full-time, I will cheer you up. So worrying. Said, Mr. Sean Butler, he's single. I'm exploring. I wish I had seen this while Sean was still live. Also said, Mr. Savva, can you flex your biceps, please? So strange. Really, really strange. And Kaylee said, what's up with Hugo? Is he getting any interest? This is a real interesting one, isn't it? Yeah, this is a real interesting one. I believed, only me personally, I believed that he was staying behind from the pre-season tour because he was probably heading out somewhere. But that's not materialized, has it? It's really, really not materialized. So I'm not really sure what's happening now. I think we can all pretty much say that he's not going to be the number 1 keeper, is he, at the club this year? He's already said he wants to go. Let me ask you, where do we see him? Where do we see him going? Where does anyone see him ending up? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you see him ending up? It'll be very, very interesting to know because for me, I think he should have been out this club many years ago. Let's get back to some of the comments. Any questions, get them in. We will be going for about another 35, 40 minutes. And then I'm going to be live on Henry's show at 6:30 so everyone can have a breather and a cuppa and have their dinner or wherever you are in the world. You can do whatever you want, by the way. I'm not telling you what to do. Mbappe, people keep saying it's the natural replacement for Haaland. I just think Haaland's different to all these players. I just think he's a beast. I think Mbappe's a very different footballer to Haaland. I think Kane's a very different footballer to Haaland as well. I don't think this guy's in the same bracket as Haaland, if I'm brutally honest. I think he's had one good season. I think everyone's going mad. I think a lot of people... Listen, I like Osimhen. For me, Steve, you know how I work. I like to see consistency. Let's get more and more. Let's get more goals year in, year out. Let's do it again next year, then the year after. I don't think Vlahovic is on the same path as him at all. I don't think they're the same player. I don't think he does replace him like for like, which was the point. I don't think he does play that in the box role the way Haaland does. I think he's more your left-hand side speed merchant, isn't he? Free throws, I'd definitely like to see wingers switch over in a game with Andy's system. particularly if we're struggling to open up the opposition. Absolutely bang on. I truly, truly agree with this. Absolutely bang on, my friend. Smash the like button, people. There's 715 of you in here, 408 likes. That means 3 of you have not smashed that like button. 300 of you have not. And we are 9 away from hitting today's subscriber number. 9 away, people. Come on, let's not be tight. If I ask nicely, out of 715 of you now, could 20 of you just go over and boom, smash the subscribe? Could you? If I I'm sticking in right now. There we go. Stuck in the link, how you can subscribe without leaving the chat. 15, 20 of you out of 715. It's not asking a lot, is it? Come on, boys and girls. Adekunle said, at work, Savva, listening and watching in Houston, Texas. Wow, we've got people from all over the world in here. Big up to you, Adekunle, and big up to the one person who decided to subscribe. Let's get a few more of you smashing that subscribe button. Bobby K said, don't feel bad, Savva. Keep up the good work and you'll be at 10K soon. Only 9,270 in front of us. Listen, I take it seriously. You guys just like to have fun, so don't be so silly. Hey, all good fun, all good fun. Adam Phillip has said, I thought Perisic was the best player over the 2 games. I thought he did play well in both games. I thought he did. Yeah, I can't lie. I really, really did. Arsenal isn't tall and score goals. Oh, okay, you're talking about what Sean was just saying about the size of the team. Smudger has said, Tosin, Van der Ven, and our outkeeper are all in here 6'3" onwards. Yeah, there is some height. I think we need to, obviously Van der Ven's not our player yet, neither is Tosin, but we need to add them. Once we add them, we've got a bit more height. I don't think anyone's thinking it's as good as done. This is Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham are the way they are, but I don't think we're all thinking it's definitely done. I was just seeing some news was announced, but sorry, I thought it was about us, but it was about Gabriel Jesus, so apologies. Absolutely, Bobby K. People are tight, aren't they, Bobby K? People are tight. Going to go for another half hour, people. What did everyone... Gift Orban, another one. Who's seen him play? I'll admit, I've just watched him for the first time in some videos, and he looks very impressive. Another young player that... Let's be brutally honest. Young players can go one way or the other. I know everyone thinks they want to know everything about every young player and their ceiling and what they're going to do, but you never really know. But he looked impressive. Who watches him? What would be your overarching assessment of him in games if you've seen him? We still moaning, Savva. G-Knowledge, what we still moaning about? We still moaning, Savva. Your sentence doesn't make sense and your grammar's all over the place, but good try, G-Knowledge. My thoughts on Man United. I think Man United have bought some good players. I think if they get Amrabat as well, they're going to be a very, very, very difficult team to break down with Amrabat and Casemiro in that midfield. I'm interested and intrigued to see Højlund in the league. I've seen him play a number of times. Very good player. We'll see. Mbappe is technically better than Haaland. Yeah, but they're not the same player. My point wasn't who's technically better. They're just different players. I think surely we can all acknowledge that they're very different footballers. 123 Bus has said Vicario is flappy. We'll see. I mean, we've not really seen the guy being tested, have we? Some people are so... 1 second, sorry. VDV, here we go. Not quite. I don't think we've quite had that. Have we? Yeah, I agree. I don't think Osimhen is in the same bracket as these top players at all. I think Osimhen's had a good year. I think he's got to keep growing from that. I really, really think he's got to keep growing from that. Absolutely. I am always realistic. The problem with people like G-Knowledge is they see pragmatism as negativity. And that's fine because people like that probably don't understand what the word pragmatism means. Yeah. So, sorry, Henry's just messaged me about the show after. Yeah. Right. Okay, Henry, go away. Where are we? Take Matip and Gomez if you like. So that's from a Liverpool fan. No, we're okay. I think I would have taken Matip many years ago. But it is what it is. 1, 2, 3 bus. So Savva, do you think Skip and White should be at Tottenham? I don't think either are good enough. If I'm brutally honest, I think they'll stay for homegrown quota. I just don't think either are good enough. Yeah, so for me, I wouldn't mind seeing both of them go. Sorry. Okay, that's that. Speak later. Right. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get rid of that. So where are we? People, 698 of you in the chat. Big up to every single one of you. Nearly 450 likes. Keep getting in the super chats to have your comments guaranteed to be read out. And we are now only 7 away from 8,300 subscribers. Come on, guys and girls, smash that subscribe button. There are 700 of you right now, 700. And you're telling me that 7 of you can't go and smash the subscribe button. Very, very tight. Alexi has said, hey, y'all, from San Antonio, Texas. Neil Gunner says, Savva, if Kane stays and doesn't sign a contract, I feel bad for your manager because this is going to run until January. Yeah, that's why I want it sorted out. I want the uncertainty to go away. I truly, truly want the uncertainty to go away. But it is what it is. Super Spurs 69, I don't want you to subscribe. You're a horrible bloke. I see you in the comments all the time. You're a horrible, horrible man. Everybody, this is a horrible person, by the way. He's not moaning today. You've got to grow up. You've got to grow up. Daniel Harris said, do you think Laporte goes to Saudi? Seems like anyone who isn't a starter now just F-sauce to Saudi. I think it'll be a shame. I think he's too good to go out there. But we've seen it loads, haven't we? We've seen it loads. We'll see. Hoiberg has said, Savva, do you see us getting Tapsoba and VDV together? Personally, I only see one. I think if they get in 2, I'll be really impressed with the owners. I think it's more likely looking at 1. Gary O'Neill has said, if the money is right, I'd take a punt on Orban. THFC Brown said, never seen him play, but you never look a gift horse in the mouth. Revolutionary Independent has said, Haaland is an out-and-out striker. Mbappe is a wing forward. Yeah, I don't think Mbappe, for me, I don't think Mbappe gets 60 goals in all competitions. I don't. I just don't. That's just me. Get Brennan Johnson. He scares defenders. Lots of talk about him lately. Who's this? Dexter Morningstar. I see you're now the spelling and grammar police. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. But okay, welcome, Dexter. Kane won't go to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I don't think there's any danger of Kane going. Thank you to the 2 people who just smashed the subscribe button. 5 away from our target for today. That would be absolutely brilliant. We're talking about him right now. We're talking about strikers and gift Orban right now. Adekun later. Get your comment in on him. Mbappe and Haaland have better numbers than Messi and Ronaldo have had at this age. Yeah. Mbappe and Haaland have also played in much worse leagues than Messi and Ronaldo had at that age. I think there's a lot of context that needs to fly around. Lionel Messi was smashing up La Liga from about the age of 17 and Ronaldo was smashing up the Premier League from the age of 18. So there's a lot to be said. I don't think these 2 are on those levels. I'll be honest. I think they're the next notch down a footballer, but we will see. Look, I agree. They've got fantastic numbers, but Mbappe's numbers for me, I always say I'm disappointed with Mbappe's numbers considering he plays in the French league. Just going to say it. Corner said, I think you're a bit defensive, so you come across a bit sad and grumpy. Try to block out the haters. Sad and grumpy. I wish people knew me. I just put idiots in their place. That's all it is. Craig S has said, I'm pretty concerned about Arsenal. They look on paper a lot stronger this year and City don't look to have strengthened thus far. I still don't think they're anywhere near Man City's level. Man City are literally about to wrap up one of the best centre-halves in the world in Vardiol. You know they're going to go and get another wide forward as well. I think everyone does this every year about Man City and then they just go and prove everyone wrong. So, look, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think that I think they're going to wipe the floor with the league again. Clearly, that's all I'll say to that comment. Daniel Weir says, Strasbourg, Steve, if there's anyone who knows their Belgium League football, it's you. I'm definitely taking your word about Orban. Yeah, Steve knows everyone. Come on, guys and girls. 5 people away. 5 people away from today's subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's keeping it football. It's really, really good to see. Josh has said Brennan Johnson is class. Listen, he's a good young player. He had a good year last year. Good. Nothing amazing. Good. Let's see him kick on this year. But look, he looks like he's got it all. No, they won't let me on last word on Spurs. No, I speak out about the club too much. Yeah, I hit the 8K already. Yeah. We've gone way past that. We've gone past the 8K. Bobby's say, who is this garden gnome talking dribble? Do you know what I love about people like this? They come in and they think that the 700 other people in here reading this find that funny and go, oh yeah, Savva's a garden gnome. It just makes him look a little bit silly, doesn't it? Just looks really, really, really silly. Teo has said, we'll be really upset if Arsenal get Raya. We are stuck with Vicario is not great. I mean, let's be fair, Teo, you've not seen Vicario play. Like, we've seen him have 45 minutes of football. I think we're just being a little bit reactionary there, aren't we? Georgie, 1 foot L, Leicester City Football Club has said, Savva, go tell Poch to send Cassidy up the M1 to the KP. He's too good to be playing for you lot, I'm afraid. That boy's a very good footballer. And you're in the championship. So I can't see that happening in any way, shape or form. Chat is going wild today. That is what happens on a good news day. As Spurs fans, we have to take these days when they come. He is a horrible person, always in the chat saying nasty. Listen, do you know what? We all know, all the YouTubers speak amongst themselves. We all know who the trolls are that go around to all the channels, shit stirring. We all know who the trolls are that come in and just say horrible things. We're not silly. Yeah, I don't think he's good enough. I think he's a very limited footballer. That's just me. It's just my opinion. Jim says, Sav, I love the way you handle Muppets. Mate, listen, they're Muppets for a reason. They want to come in. They can't join in the football chat. They have to be nasty immediately. They have to be nasty. Do you know what I mean? You come in, you're having a football chat, people are having a positive football chat, and they just come in and start being nasty, which is fine. But these are the people that wouldn't say it to someone's face in the pub or in the high street. They're very good. Thank you to the next person who just subscribed. We're 4 away from our target for today. Smash that subscribe button, people. As Liam said, be much appreciated. Savva, do you think you attract trolls because your intellect is far superior to everyone else's and you're always right? No, I attract trolls because I don't just turn around and go, oh, everything's wonderful. People want to hear everything's wonderful and it's great and Skip's the best player in the world and Romero's the best centre-half I've ever seen. And oh my God, Heung-min Son, yeah, he's much better than Lionel Messi. People want to hear that stuff. They don't want to hear truth. That's what it is. Jay Ashraf said, Savva, why do you think Van de Ven and Tosin would partner well with Romero? I think, I mean, it's not specifically they partner well with Romero. I think that Van de Ven offers you pace at the back. Van de Ven's very good on the ball, very good at bringing it out, can play the high line because he's very quick. He's comfortable with it at his feet, and he's got very good positioning. And Tosin will complement Romero because Romero's not good in the air and Tosin is very good in the air. So look, there's a couple of reasons there. Donna Cullen back in and said, Mr. Savva is very nice and funny, not sad and grumpy. The funny thing is, for any of my mates who hang about with me and see me on a night out, and they want me there because they know how much fun I am, right? All these people like, you're sad, you're grumpy, ooh, you're grumpy. No, I'm a Spurs fan who's been through it for years. Donna Cullen saying again, what's so worrying, Mr. Savva? Nothing. Strasbourg, Steve's come back in and said Orban fits Andy's system perfectly. Hell of a talent. Yeah, Steve, thanks for sending me that information earlier. I really did appreciate that. Guys, thank you. Please keep smashing that like button. Please smash that subscribe button. We should be on 500 plus likes right now. We're only 21 away and we're only 4 away from the subscribers. So please smash that subscribe button. Stephanie I has said, hang on, sorry, I've gone way ahead there. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far ahead. The Spurs Digester said, I found Savva to be fair once you communicate with him. Still have difference of opinion, but we get an understanding for sure. When people come into the chat and just attack me and then they wonder why I attack them back. Kingslayer, United take over pause yesterday, now back on today. Media know nothing. Yeah. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. Listen, I just call out trolls. That's all it is. Rodney, big up, mate, has said, hey, Savva, do you think this is the year City will get a goal at ours? It could be. They've struggled recently, but it could be. I think with us playing a more high line and going more attacking and not sitting back, I think it could be. Tris Knight has said, Savva, I love your honesty and saying it how it is. Thank you very much. I really appreciate those comments. Philly said, Savva and the magnificent chat. Who would you rather have, Brennan Johnson or Richarlison? I won't answer. I'll push that to all of you lot. Brennan Johnson or Richarlison? Go. Put it in the comments. Thank you. We are now only 3 subscribers away. People are being very generous today, so thank you so much. Very, very generous people today. Henry just giving me a little bit of support there. Strasbourg Stevenson for Vicario will be a good signing for Spurs. These ignorant fools haven't ever watched Ndombele before, so he's automatically not good enough. I agree with you. Let's give the guy some time before we all start saying that he's no good. It's madness. Just because he's not Raya, he's in the Italian squad. Buffon said great things about this guy, so let's see. Revolutionary Independent said Southampton want 50 million for Lavia. That's a bit high. Look, clubs can charge whatever they want to charge for their players. If Liverpool need that midfielder and they see him as the guy to drive them forward, they're going to pay it, aren't they? Yes, we've had the news from Fabrizio Romano today that apparently a deal is very close with Van der Ven. We've heard this before, but this could be the one. Hopefully, this is the one. Yeah, let's hope that happens. RJ67 said, Mr. Loverman, Savva. Never heard that. Never heard that before. Steve has said Skipper's bang average. I agree with you. Chelsea 101 has said Cassidy. How am I pronouncing it? Is it Cassidy? Cassidy is not going anywhere. I don't think Potter will let him go. I think what I've seen of him, he looks really good. He looks really good. In a coma. Yeah, look, same with everyone. Same with everyone. It's all good. Savva, just block or mute trolls because the football talks are class. Yeah, listen, we're getting fewer and far between. It is what it is. Talking of trolls, here's one. So you're the biggest idiot that runs a page. I visit all and never felt like I needed to say anything negative. You moan like F all day. I'm no troll, mate. I've been going 30 years. Positive. Listen, you're entitled, but you know what makes me laugh? You keep coming back. Like, if I'm so bad, why am I growing really quickly? You know why? Because people don't want toxic positivity. And the fact that you're a troll with a letter S and Super Spurs 69 says all I need to know about you. You're a troll. I'd invite you on to debate, but you're a troll and wouldn't come on. If you want to come on, let me know. Come on, we'll have a debate and you can tell me what I'm negative about. But whenever I ask the trolls who call me negative to come on and tell me what I'm negative about, they never can. Never, ever can. Savva, your numbers of viewers is through the roof. Keep it up. No, not through the roof. They're just growing steadily as I grow. And that's how it should be. Come on, people. 3 more subscribers to hit the 8,300 mark. And that'll be nearly 2,000 subscribers throughout the whole of July, even though I'm the worst person with a page. Revolutionary Independent said Savva Lee Gunner to a Muppet Socials would be a funny. Gunner does it a lot and it's funny. I'd love to. But all I'd get then is that I'm copying him. But I love it when he does that. Stephanie said, I'm not excited for the season. What is there to be excited about? Look, I think the style of football. I think James Maddison. I think Basuma's going to have a great year. But I won't be truly excited until we sort out that defence. I truly won't. Jason says, Savva, will you be happy if we get Tosin, VDV and a replacement for Kane and Højbjerg by the end of the window? Yeah, very happy. Very, very happy. Jasrav said, Savva, if you go full time, then you need to get yourself a proper studio because your doorbell keeps going off. Has my doorbell gone off once? Jay Ashraf? Sorry, just quickly, has anyone heard my doorbell go off? I've not heard it. Not sure what you're talking about there, Jay Ashraf. And I'm not sure if you know how much a studio costs. What is wrong with these people? Wilson T says, agree. Let's just wait for the confirmation. Hopefully news on other substantial centre-back. I agree. I put them in their place. By the way, I don't believe what they say. I just put them in their place. That's all it is. And then when I give them a platform, to come on and talk and tell me why I'm negative, they never can. Big up to Tony, who's just become a YouTube channel member. Thank you so much, Tony. Much appreciated. From next week, we're starting our YouTube channel member-only shows. So please stick around for those. Thank you so much to Tony. If anyone else would like to be a member, let me know and I can put the link in. And please, I've just put the link in the chat for anyone that would like to subscribe, as we are now only 3 away from 8,300, which is mad. I just didn't think this would be such a good month. Donna Cullen said, Mr. Savva, your missus doesn't mind me, right? Jesus Christ. I'm not answering that. What a silly question. Kia Hor Pan said, big up Savva, thanks, and received the jersey yesterday. Love it. People, please like and subscribe and listen only the truth from the Guru Savva. Keep up the good work as always. Love from Houston, Texas. Big up, Kia. Thank you so much for the kind words. Well done on winning the shirt. And big up to you as well. Listen, I'm not a guru of anything. I just want to talk my truth. And people get so offended by it. It's unbelievable how people want to go onto the internet and hear nice things. I mean, if you want that, just go and put Baby Shark on loop. You know, there's a reason Baby Shark's the most watched video ever on YouTube. Ignorant fools is not rude. Irish Rebel said, like listening to yourself, Sean and Henry. Might have to protest for this jersey, though. People are talking about Brennan Johnson when we're saying Brennan who? Brennan Johnson, Richarlison all day long. People are saying Brennan Johnson. Think you're wrong. Some will miss Kane the most. I think in the old formation, I think people are not understanding the difference in this formation. That's the real key thing for me here. People saying Brennan Johnson. Yeah, Buffon retired today. Sad day. One of the greatest goalkeepers I think I've ever seen. An absolute superb player. An absolute superb goalkeeper. Guys and girls, 2 away. We are 2 away from hitting today's target. Come on, don't be tight. We're going to go for another 28 minutes. Smash that subscribe button, people. I've put the link in the chat. 510 likes. There's 643 people in here. Really, 20 of you should be going over right now and smashing that subscribe button. We've got loads of good content planned for you. I'll put in a schedule together right now for all the content starting next week that will be carrying on throughout the year. 3 or 4 bits of content a day, 2 lives, 2 videos on lots of other people's channels. So please do. Absolutely, Ellie. Big up to you. I said they are called trolls for a reason. Nothing up top, just nasty beings. Yeah, absolutely. Like, do you know what I like? I don't get it, right? If people come in here and say something, I'll respond in football. But they just come in and go, you're negative. Why am I negative? Because I want to see Spurs buy a defence. Like, isn't that positive that I want Spurs to do that? But these people, they're not very clever, so you just have to go with them. It's okay. It is what it is. Kugan said, do we need to replace Kane if he leaves? I think we need another forward if he leaves. I just don't think you replace Kane, if that makes sense. I do think you get a younger, quicker, hungrier player, maybe like an Orban, maybe someone like that. GRL. So, yeah, GRL is Graham. I knew it was Graham. Said, Savva, I have had a night out with you. You are far from grumpy. Graham, stum on where we went, but how good was that night, right? We had a right laugh, didn't we? So big up to you, Graham, and I'm sure I'll see you again soon, my man. Why are people scared of City? I mean, I don't know. Treble winners, 5 league wins out of 6, the best striker in the world. I don't know. I mean, they're about to buy Vardial. I don't know. Absolutely crazy talk. Yeah, this is what they do, though, Daniel, isn't it? Like, if you invite them on, I love this. I like to think I'm one of the only YouTubers that will do that. I say, right, hey, come on. You've called me out. Come on, we'll talk. They always disappear into a puff of thin air. A puff. Jeff has said, don't feed the trolls. Listen, the trolls are brilliant because they get good conversation going. As long as they're not too rude, it's okay. Or what this guy said. Yeah, me too, Danny. Me too. Me too. Do you know what? Like, what I've always found funny is, as a Spurs fan, I'm sitting here saying, I want centre halves. I can't then see Spurs sign good centre halves and go, oh my God, I'm disappointed. Spurs fans, other fans use it as a way to beat you, like a stick to beat you with. They say, oh, there you go, we got them. And you're like, yeah, okay, I've been asking for it. It's not like I didn't want it to happen. Yeah, listen, very, very good. Thank you very much. Let's get a couple more subscribers as well. Guys and girls, we have just hit the 8,300. I can't thank you enough for all of your support in the last the last year and a bit. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So thank you very much. But thank you very much for everything. I truly mean that. If you ever spoke to my wife, which none of you would do, you would know how much I do appreciate so many people who come in, even the trolls, to be honest. He's not been seen, has he? He's not been seen. Smudger said, people that knock you are unhappy with their different fake profiles. You're intellectual with your talk and interesting, and many other people that put you down, sociopaths, just don't give them the time. Look, I think the interesting thing is this. Look, I always like to think that if I give an opinion, I try and put some context to it. I try and add some meat to the bones, right? And I think a lot of people just say things like yesterday, I had loads of people in the chat going, I prefer this player to that player. Okay, why? I just do. Yeah, but why? Otherwise, it's not a debate otherwise. It's just a feeling. Feelings get you in trouble. Yeah, I didn't remember hearing the doorbell. And yes, to whoever said the weather is shot, it is peeing down out here. But I don't remember hearing the doorbell. And trust me, if I had to go and rent a studio for all day, every day, how much money do you... It just makes me laugh. Yeah, he's left the chat. Yeah, of course. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's all good. Absolutely. If you don't get trolled, you ain't a proper YouTuber. Don't understand why these clowns watch your channel if they don't like it. They do. They just want a bit of attention. I give them their attention and then they cry. Tris Knight has said, Savva, do you like the 23-24 home shirt? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I don't really care. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't care. Norman, thank you very much. Listen, do you know what? I'm toying around with a few ideas of different backgrounds, some imposed stuff. But at the moment, I think people are more worried about hearing what I've got to say rather than, look, there's some football pictures there and there's my, there's the Football Heritage logo. I don't know what more people want. It is funny. Billy has said, seen a lot of Forrest Johnson. Seen a lot of Forrest Johnson has loads of pace but lacks bottle. Worried about getting hurt. Richarlison all day. Interesting. Seems like it was very split down the middle between those two when I put it up. Who we got? Feliz Navias Toy Feliz. I mean, I have no idea, but okay. Has said, your club is in a bad state for years. Reality is no obstacle. Your fans praise Levy like he's winning leagues and cups. Most of you do not see it. I agree with you. And if you don't praise him, you get called a negative and a troll. Donna Cullen's come back and said, I'm jealous Graham had a night with you. My turn. Unbelievable, whether that is. Absolutely unbelievable. And John Gaskin has just become a YouTube channel member. Big up to you. Thank you so much. And as I said to everyone else, there will be channel member only shows. Guys and girls, we're going to go for another 12 minutes. I'll ask nicely. 625 of you, at least 25 of you right now should be going over and smashing that subscribe button, people. Smash that button. Hit me up. Big up to John Gaskin, though, newest Spurs Football Heritage TV YouTube channel member. By the way, we will be doing a Spurs watch-along for this Sunday's game, and then we'll be doing a watch-along for the Barcelona game as well. So make sure you tune in for those. All right. Sorry, I lost where I was for a second there. I love it. Here we go. Mate, you're the thickest going. You think the stadium should only play football for twice a month? Moan about concerts, NFL, Formula One, it all goes in the pot of the club. Oh, Super Spurs. Do you know what? You know what I like, people? If you're going to have a go at me about something I've said, at least get it factually correct. At least get it factually correct. I've not moaned they do all these other things at the club. I've used that as the excuse as to why protesting won't get the owners to leave. I've not moaned about it. Use it. It's there. Use it. But then don't plead poverty when we're trying to buy players. It's okay. You're not. It's all right. Don't worry. Would you like to come on and have this conversation? That's all I need you to answer next. Would you like to come on and have that conversation? And I'll absolutely destroy you within about 4 sentences. It's okay. We don't even need to see your face because you're not very intelligent. It's all right. Would you like to come on? Stiana said, big up Savva. Enjoy discussions. Keep up the good work. Watching from Cape Town, South Africa. Big up to you. Big up to you as well. Hey, big up to everyone. Big up, Graham. It was an honor to protest alongside you, my brother, and have a rant outside the stadium. Sav, private video call. Why? Why private? Why a private video call? And you don't call me Sav. You don't know me well enough to call me Sav. Why private? You've come in here, tried to mug me off in front of 700 people. Why can't you come on here and do it? Oh, someone is full of shit, aren't they? Listen, sorry, AJS, I'm going through comments from everyone when I'm getting to them. Jim has said some on X just reported buying, cooling. They're interested in Kane. They refuse to go to leave his 100 million. Oh God, this is just going to go on and on forever, isn't it? We'll see, but this is going to go on for a long, long time. Some fans will be the first to blame the manager. Absolutely. No, she's not. She doesn't really care, but her family are Chelsea. Her family are Chelsea. Big up to the people that keep subscribing and keep liking, and apologies that I'm the thickest CUNT on here. So sorry about that. Strasbourg Steve says Super Spursy 69. Why a private video call? Your opinion should be allowed a big platform to be displayed against Savas. Yeah, because what he wants a private video call where he can just call me a CUNT. And why I want to talk football. So let him on. Let's see if he does. Hey, who's right in the chat right now? Who's betting that this bloke hasn't got the bottle to come on? Savva, in the topic about trolls, and yet I was timed out for asking a topical question. So what's your mouth? I have no idea what that means. Relax. Everyone relax. It's all good. No, Savva's not put you on timeout at all. I haven't put anyone on timeout in this show. Listen, mods, do not put this guy on timeout. I'm enjoying his company too much. He is a bottle job. He is really scared, but, you know, it's not his fault. AJ said, love you, Savva lad. You speak the truth and you don't give a shite. Unbalanced opinion, massive. United fan, but love your content. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. Listen, I'll never be biased. I'll always be balanced. And unfortunately, I apologize for the trolls. They're not the brightest. But hey, let's leave them to it, eh? Let's leave them to it. Jim has come back in and says, Savva, a lot of love for you tonight from the room. It's all good, mate. Mate, I'm good. Just so you know, when people say this, I'm all good. I like putting trolls in their place. Exactly, Sue. If you ain't got trolls, you ain't got anything. Lovely. Thank you, Flying Solo. Yeah, background's perfectly fine, mate. Not a fan of green screens. Listen, I've got a green screen. I'm working on a few bits, but sometimes I don't think it looks right. But like, I think Henry's looks really classy, for example. You become a member by this. I will put the channel membership in the link in the chat. And then you can just click on that link and become a channel member. It's up to you, my friend. There you go. I've just put it in the chat, the membership link. Big up to you, Red Dan. I hope you're well, my friend. United Red said small team mentality. Who are we talking about? Tony, big up to you. I said Kane will sign a new deal. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Kane signs a new deal. Yeah, I wouldn't put that past him. Corey Boy has said, has everyone seen the Marcelo leg break? My God, it's grim. I've not seen that. When was that? Was that today? Alexia said, Savva, there's another Croatian centre-back, Satalo from Dynamo Zagreb. We need to take a look. Plays with Vardio on the national team. All right, I'll go and check him out. Tom, you've got to laugh, mate. Apologies for sneezing. I'm sure that would have annoyed the trolls that I had to sneeze. Big up to, so big up Tony. Sorry, I glossed over that. It wouldn't surprise me, mate. I've said it all summer that if Bayern don't pay, he either runs down his new contract. Sorry. Apologies. Hopefully that's it. That he either signs his new contract or he goes on a free. So we'll see what happens. But thank you very much for the super chat. Jim Berg, Coys, big up. Jim, where have you been? I've seen you in Henry's chat. I haven't seen you in here for a while. Hope you're well, my man. Hope all is good. Savva is rattled. Nope. Savva's not rattled. Savva's calling out this troll because he's too scared to come on. If you're going to give it large in front of the whole chat, why do you then need to go private? What do you want to have? Tell me what you want to have a private chat about. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. Why would I want to have a private chat with you and give you my number? What a weird guy. Josh Gaynor said, thank you, Donna Cullen. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I will use this to celebrate when Liverpool eventually sign Lavia. Do you think you're getting him? Do you think you're going to get him, Josh? By the way, we're going to go for another 5 minutes. So you just have to keep going with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, unfortunately, you get children in who are scared. What I love about it is they come in real hot and heavy. You're this, you're a CUNT, you're this. Cool, come on. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I'd lose an argument to you, Savva. I won't come on. Listen, I believe in what I say. I'm like the trolls. I believe in it. Yeah. Listen, mate. It was all right. You put him in. It was when he said it was me. I thought I was enjoying talking to him. Wilson has said trolls are just keyboard virgins. Give them their 30 seconds of fame. Yeah, I give them their 30 seconds of fame. Mike Pepper, Savva, any chance of doing a show with Crackers? Yeah, I've done a show with Crackers before. I'll try and get him back on. I know he's a busy man. We'll see. It could be. Listen, if it's Levy in disguise, I'd love a chat. But hey, wow, did you really give 5 people to become members? If you did, that's very, very generous of you. Thank you very much. If that is true, that's very, very generous of you. Thank you so much. Well, it says here, yeah, so Jim became a member. AJS 1988 became a channel member as well. Big up. Thank you very much to everyone who is a channel member. We will be doing channel member only shows very, very soon. Adam has said Brennan Johnson, absolute baller. Ring Ketic says Savva at Spurs 69 is Daniel Levy. Yeah. But for what? Like, mate, listen, I tell you what, I'm going to give you one opportunity. What is it you want? You keep coming into my chat and complaining every day. Then when I call you on it, you start being abusive, right? Then when I ask you to come on, you get scared. Let me know what you want. I'm not meeting you, am I? I'm not going to meet a troll off the internet. You're being weird now. This is weird behavior, and I will get you blocked from the whole of YouTube. You do realize YouTubers can report you, so you get blocked from all football channels. So stop. Keep it real, right? Either come on or shut up. Go in your place, little boy, right? Go in your place. Right, let's get back to the football. Yeah, it is weird now. At first, I thought he was being funny. Now he's just being weird. Right, we are going to leave it there. We've only got we've got 2 minutes left of what I said. Guys and girls, what I'd ask, I'll go for another 3 or 4 minutes. Please, if anyone hasn't, please get over and smash that subscribe button now. Please do. It really, really does help. Look, we're constantly trying to grow. And we're going to go full time on this very, very soon. So I'll put the link in one more time. So please do. I invite anyone to go back and watch his shows over the last week. Nothing but negativity. Proper fans go to matches through good and bad. Proper fans, mate, I've supported this club for 40 years, travelled across Europe. I was at the FA Cup final in 91. I was at the League Cup finals for the 2 that we won afterwards and the ones that we lost. What are you talking about? You can challenge everyone you want, but you've shown yourself you're just nasty. Like, I don't get it. Let's have a real talk. Forget that you're a troll for a second. You keep saying I'm negative. I'm asking you to come on and tell me what. I'll ask you to put it in the chat. Because you're scared, I'll ask you in the chat. What am I negative about? Please let me know in the chat what I'm negative about. I keep asking questions and I keep getting these vague comments back, and no one's impressed by what you're saying. Ask my friends. All I did growing up was talk about Tottenham Hotspur and bored them to death with Tottenham this, Tottenham that, Tottenham. Even now when I go out with my mates, it's Tottenham this, football this, Tottenham. So all of this proper fans, you're not proving anything to anyone, my friend. Right? I'm going to give you one opportunity. If you want to come on and you want to tell me what I'm negative about, we'll have an adult conversation and I can tell you and clarify why I'm not negative. Right? No, stop. I asked people not to. Stop timing him out. Stop. I've asked, right? Stop timing him out. I've asked you guys, stop timing him out. All right? I want to give him one chance, right? I want to give him one chance to come on and say it, right? I'm going to give him one chance. Now, I'm going to put the link in the chat. I don't want anyone else. No one else click on this link. I know people won't listen to me. No one else click on the link. Super Spurs 69. I'm going to go for 5 more minutes. You are welcome to come on, have a grown-up chat. I will listen to you tell me why I'm negative, and then I'll tell you why I'm not. How about we do that? Equally, you don't have to be here every day, mate. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Stop. I hate when people do this. Stop. I have always addressed trolls. I always will. Please stop. Stop. When people do this to me, I will put trolls in their place because no one else does. They need to be put in their place. Yeah? Let's see. This guy's on one. I'm sure I've seen him about before saying that. Me or the other guy? Listen, all I'm saying is I'm happy for this guy to come on and tell me what I've been negative about. I think I've been pretty honest about Tottenham so far this window, right? I think I've been pretty honest about Spurs every year. Fans like this will tell me I'm negative, right? They'll tell me I'm negative. It's not just him, loads of them. They'll tell me I'm negative. But they're the same fans that will hate it that we finished 8th. They'll hate it that we can't defend. They'll hate it that we don't win trophies. So, hey, it is what it is. Listen, he's got, look, it is what it is. It's really sad. Mate, listen, I'm honest about Spurs. I know I'm honest about Spurs. And this guy, he won't. So, okay, listen, I won't mention it again. But I will give him one last chance. As I said, if he comes on, great. If he responds with anything else, he'll just get blocked. And then he'll come back as another troll. Question from Paul Connor, big up Paul, channel member, said, Savva, do you think Madders will get the 23 shirt as his idol was Ericsson? Would be a nice touch considering his replacement. I mean, possibly. Has his squad number not been decided already? I'm not sure. Has his squad number not been decided already? But hey, why not? Why not? Hugo Boss would have said offence is taken, not given. Red Dan has said, I personally think it's refreshing to know I'm not the only one to feel this way about the club. Savva's content is honest and real. I'm sure plenty here agree. Listen, I hope so. Listen, I just try and be honest about the club. If people want to hear that everything's wonderful and nice, cool. Go and watch Chris Cowling. Go and watch Last Word on Spurs. Cool. I'm not knocking them, but that's what they do, right? If you want the truth, then I'm around, right? I'm around. I've not seen many positive Spurs fans, by the way, this summer at the moment. I've not seen many, but it is what it is. Guys and girls, we are going to wrap it up there. We are. Apologies for the last 5-10 minutes. I really wanted that guy to come on and tell me. I like to know. Like, when people call me out, I will back myself, right? But he's not. He's got scared. He's gone away. So listen, it is what it is. Big up to Elias in the chat. Big up to Nicky Mo. Nicky Mo is in the chat as well. We've got Hugo Bosswood in the chat. We've got Rinketic. It said, in my opinion, Savva is one of the most realistic Spurs fans. Yeah, I think I call it as it is. I call it as though I'm just a neutral fan, and people don't like that. They want me to be more biased. Guys and girls, thank you so much to absolutely everyone in this chat. Big up to Donna Cullen, who's another super chat and has given away free channel memberships to other people on this show, which that person has had to pay for. So thank you so much for that, whoever that account is. It really, really is appreciated. I'll be on Henry's show at 6:30. We'll be talking a bit more in detail about stuff, and we'll be taking it from there. Guys and girls, please smash the like on your way out. If 4 or 5 of you could smash the subscribe button on your way out as well, it'd be much appreciated. And much love to you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see you very, very soon. As always, Enoch and Levy out.